Hi, this is Mrs. Sykes. We're going to have a look briefly at the lung structure, and we're going to have a look at gas exchange in the alveoli. So first off, this is a very basic diagram of the lungs. So the air will travel down through one lung or through the other. So half of the air will go in each direction. And then at each branch point, some of the air will go that way, some of the air will go that way. And the air will keep travelling until it gets to the end of every branch. So here, it would travel down this one, until it gets to the end of the branch. And at the end of that branch, you have an air sac. So it's a big pipe with a balloon at the end of it. And this bit here, this bit is the air sac, the balloon at the end of the pipe. So this bit here, this would be the pipe where the air has travelled, and the air would come in here and into this balloon here. And like balloons, it does expand. Now, you may come across the word alveoli, which you should be using. Alveoli means lots of these air sacs. Alveolus is just one. So this is an alveolus. You have lots of alveoli in each of your lungs. In each alveolus, gas exchange takes place. The air comes through all of those pipes we've just had a look at, and it goes into this air sac. This line here, that is the edge of the alveolus. And sometimes we talk about the alveolar wall. This is the wall of the alveolus. Close by to the alveolus, literally touching it, you will have a blood capillary. Now, hopefully you remember a capillary is the smallest type of blood vessel. So you've got an air pipe with a balloon on the end, right next to a pipe that contains blood. What we want to happen is for exchange to take place. If you think about exchange in any other time, you exchange, then you swap things over. So in this case, we want to swap over carbon dioxide and oxygen. Respiration takes place in every single cell. And blood that has done respiration is going to be very high in carbon dioxide. So there's going to be a lot of carbon dioxide in this blood. The air that we breathe in will have lots of oxygen in it. And the oxygen that we breathe in, we want to go into our blood to allow us to do respiration. Gas exchange is simply the swapping of these two things over. So the blood travels along down here, and because of diffusion, this carbon dioxide will swap places with this oxygen, and this oxygen will continue in the blood and go off toward the body. This next carbon dioxide from other parts of the body, where respiration has taken place, will come through the blood in these red blood cells and will swap places. Carbon dioxide goes into the alveolus, and the red blood cells pick up the oxygen, and that oxygen goes to the rest of the body. This final carbon dioxide, again dissolved in the blood, travelling through, will swap places with another oxygen. And when we've swapped places, the oxygen will run away, go around the whole of the rest of the body. So, carbon dioxide is usually shown on diagrams as being blue, because actual blood that is high in carbon dioxide and low in oxygen is less brightly coloured. So carbon dioxide diffuses in to the middle of the alveolus. And then when we breathe out, that carbon dioxide is removed and is breathed out. The oxygen that was in the air diffuses into the blood and is carried by the red blood cells in something called hemoglobin. And the red blood cells carry the oxygen to the rest of the body. So we have carbon dioxide, rich blood, so loads of carbon dioxide is coming from the body, and all of that carbon dioxide has been released due to respiration when we make energy. Carbon dioxide rich blood travels past the alveolus and it exchanges carbon dioxide and oxygen. And when it's got loads of oxygen in it, so this would be bright red, all of that oxygenated blood goes through first to the heart and then the rest of the body on our circulatory system. So sometimes on a diagram you see blue side, which means there's lots of carbon dioxide, and a red side, which means it's oxygen. But the most important thing is that it's an exchange process. Carbon dioxide goes one way, oxygen goes the other. And gas exchange literally means swapping of oxygen and swapping of carbon dioxide. The alveolus is really well adapted to make this happen well. First of all, the wall, and by that I mean that teeny tiny little black line there, is thin. If it was really thick, it would take a long time for the oxygen to travel and the carbon dioxide to travel. You'll also find that we have a large surface area. So again, if you think about a sports event, so you're going to go and watch Man United play or lose as usual, and they've only got a few gates open, then it's really difficult for the crowd to leave at the end of the match. If they open up all the gates, they can move a lot quicker. So we have a thin, large surface area. It's also moist, and the moisture helps things move by diffusion. And we have a good blood supply. And that's because we have blood moving past that's really, really, really close. So in gas exchange, gas is into the lungs, all the way down to those air sacs. And in those air sacs, oxygen goes into the blood, carbon dioxide leaves.